Mr. Geary, would you like to ask your question relating to the green backyard?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, councillors. At the full council meeting on October the 8th, the council unanimously agreed a motion to recognise the benefits of the charity the Green Backyard provides to the city, to help the charity identify external sources of funding in order to purchase the land they are currently located on, and to consider a discounted price that reflects the social benefits that their work provides. In November, the site was listed for sale with a bid submission deadline of January 16th, almost 2 months before the end of the moratorium period afforded under the Localism Act 2011. PCC's funding officer has now identified external sources of funding that could assist the charity in purchasing the land, but states that the time frame of the sale makes it virtually impossible for the charity to raise the required funds. He recommends that a minimum of a year is needed to successfully raise the capital, something the charity's fundraising committee is in accordance with. In light of the motion agreed in October, and given that the charity's fundraising campaign has already received significant local and national support, raising £11,000 in just 10 days, with the backing of 2 Knights of the Realm, does the council agree that the sale of the allotment land on London Road should be delayed in order to allow the Green Backyard the proper opportunity to purchase this site?
Councillor Stresti, would you like to respond?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Green Backyard has and continues to have proper and fair opportunity to purchase the site under the Localism Act provisions. Initially in 2012, the Green Backyard were quoted a price and the site was offered by the council to them for sale at an off-market basis, and their fundraising was to commence then. This was prior to it being registered as an ACV by them. They were not able to raise sufficient funds. The Act describes a specific process providing a 6-week moratorium period to confirm their interest in purchasing the site, and a further 20 weeks to get their financial arrangements in place before a sale contract is issued. The council has embarked on a sale process which offers due by the 16th, in which offers are due by the 16th of January 2015. This will give us a fair indication of what the market price is for the site. A contract cannot be issued to the front-runner bidder until after the 11th of March 2015. That's the ACV 6-month moratorium period.
Thank you, Mr. Geary. Do you have a supplementary question?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Strester. When the Green Backyard was first notified of the council's intention to sell the land, it was a relatively newly formed organisation, entirely run by volunteers and with a legal status that didn't allow for fundraising. Since learning of the intention to sell, a great many changes have taken place in order to get the project into the position in which it's now in, to purchase the site. Following community consultation at every stage, the group is now a registered charity with a highly skilled and committed board of trustees, a growing national profile and a clear, ambitious vision for the future, and a fundraising campaign already in operation. This summer, the Board of Trustees approached PCC officers to see how they could best work together to purchase the site. We approached them. It was only after we requested this meeting that we were told the site was being sold this financial year. Having been brought forward ahead of many other potential sites for disposal, can I therefore ask Councillor Soresti, given that he and a number of other councillors in this room have personally donated to the fundraising, given the motion at last full council for supporting Green Backyard, given that his own officers say that it simply cannot be achieved by March, does it not make sense for a city that aspires to be UK's vibrant capital to delay the sale to see how fundraising progresses? Why exactly are PCC officers pushing so hard to sell this particular piece of land yet unnamed developer when there are many other sites on its books also available for disposal?
Councillor Stresti.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As Mr. Gearing is very, very well aware, I am personally very much a supporter of the Green Backyard. I believe in what they're doing and what they're trying to do, and I believe in their existence. I did sanction a proposal that was brought to me by my officers, offering them a third of the present site, or nearly a third of the present site, so they can continue doing all the wonderful education work that they are doing. They could open their coffee shop if that's they wanted. They could do their teaching and education, and we offered them a further 2 acres plus somewhere else in the city where they could then do their environmental growing, organic and all the rest of it. Now, I don't make any comment as to whether that is the right thing for them or not, but it is important the public understand that the council is doing everything it possibly can to be reasonable and to see if there is a way that we can keep the green backyard functioning in our city. Now, if you're going to say to me, if Mr. Gearing is saying to me that an extension, we give them a few more months, will help them raise the money, then I think everyone in this room would probably agree to that. But it has to be something firm, and it has to be something that we can see is going to happen. There is no point in having delays and delays and delays for the sake of a delay. But we all support what you do in our city. I would have thought that the proposal brought to you by the council officers and giving you a firm 25-year lease so you knew exactly what you were doing when you were doing it, gives you a city centre site for you to do all the things that you clearly say need to be done in the city centre. It gives you another 2 acre site plus to do all the growing and the organic and the environmental work that you do, which we much value because we wouldn't have made the offer to you if we didn't value it. I don't think is unreasonable. However, if you are so committed to that site that you're not prepared to listen to the offers that the council has made to you so that your organisation can survive, we will be prepared to listen to a small extension to the present sale process if you can demonstrate that you can genuinely find the money to buy it. Otherwise, my advice to you is you've been made a really good offer by the council, it costs you nothing, you can still deliver all the things that are important to you, and you can have 25 years, which is absolutely rock solid, with no worry that someone's going to turn you out. Tell me what's wrong with that.
Thank you, Councillor Sophie. Ms Antonelli, would you like to ask your question relating to the green backyard?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank you, councillors. Councillor Sophie, you may have answered some of my questions, but I'd like to continue. The green backyard is located on London Road, as we know. In 2012, the City Council said that they believe this value to be in the region of £900,000 and that they would be willing to sell the land to the green backyard for £750,000. Despite repeated requests, the basis for this costing has never been disclosed. In September 2014, the Green Backyard Commission set up estate agents to provide a valuation on the same piece of land. The land that is currently being marketed for sale, 3/4 of the site, the suggested value was £425,000, less than half that originally suggested. This assumes that there is no planning permission attached to the site, which there is currently not. Should planning permission for residential development be granted, the value would increase to £635,000. Under the General Disposal Consent of the Local Government Act 1972, local authorities have the express consent of the Secretary of State to sell assets at below market value up to a total discount of £2 million if the land is likely to contribute to the promotion or improvement of social, economic and environmental well-being. The land is currently being sold through a blind tender process that gives no opportunity for negotiation or for social and environmental benefits to be considered. In light of the motion agreeing to consider a discounted price for the Green Backyard and Peterborough City Council's obligation to seek best value for its assets in all senses rather than just financial, does the Council agree that the land should be withdrawn from sale to allow full and fair negotiations to take place with the charity prior to any sale taking place?
Right, thank you, Mrs Antonelli. Councillor Sophie.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Thank you, Ms Antonelli. At the sake of being a broken record, I really do, and I'm sure we all do in this room, value the work that you do in the Green Backyard. And we need to find a solution which enables you to continue that good work in the city. But you know yourself the difficult situation that we as a city find ourselves in. If you let me answer the question, I will do.
Excuse me, councillors, there's a way of conducting ourselves in the chamber, and to have a private conversation across the back is not appropriate. Sorry about that, but we've got to keep to the procedure.
And actually, going out to private tender or going out to tender fixes the valuation. It takes away all the issues about he said, she said, it's not right, it is right, or it isn't. when we go out to private tender, some people who are interested in the site will decide what they are prepared to pay for it in an open market situation. Then there will be a value that nobody can dispute. At that point, there's no reason why, as a local authority, we can't negotiate with you. But then there is a clear valuation on the site which cannot be disputed. And from that point, if we can possibly help, we will do. If you can demonstrate that you can raise the money within a specific agreed period of time, we will even give you an extension. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Suresti. Ms Antonelli, have you a supplementary question?
I do. Thank you, Councillor Suresti. And thank you for the reassurances that you've made. I wanted to make some reassurances of our own, and I do also have a question. I wanted to let councillors know...
Mrs Antonelli, can you do the question rather than the assurances, please?
Sure. Considering that since launching our fundraising campaign, we have had unsolicited offers of interest-free loans from members of the public totaling £200,000 that reflect how deep they feel about the work that we do. Therefore, I would like to ask if Councillor Suresti would consent to meet with members of the Board of Trustees for the Green Backyard to discuss how long a delay we could expect in the sale, and also whether on submission of the bids, which will be due in January, whether the Council would then allow the Green Backyard to see those bids so that we could understand the valuation being placed on the site by the market.
Councillor Suresti?
I'm quite happy to do whatever is legal. We want to try and support you if you possibly can. But my advice to you is think very carefully about the offer that's been made to you by the council. It is a really good offer, and you are getting £300,000 or £400,000 worth of value that lots of other people in this city and lots of other associations and community groups in this city would really prefer to have themselves. So, you know, I do support what you do, but remember that what you have been offered is more than fair.
Thank you. We move on to petitions now.